What's up? Thank you for joining me. My name is Justice, and I'm your host of MSWILLLOSE News and Views podcast. And on this episode, I'm going to be talking about they say everything happens for a reason, right? I know you heard that before, that people say, hey man, everything happens for a reason. So I know for me, when I was first diagnosed with multiple sclerosis in 2011, I struggled, and I think, and I'll be honest with you, I think one of the things that kind of truly helped me, get through multiple sclerosis to where I was able to fight it and keep moving, and I just didn't let it take me, because I think when I went through the process of not being truly diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and then when I was finally diagnosed and not doing the things or not knowing what I needed to do, I think that if I wouldn't have had the mentality, the strong upbringing, the background, just the life I had had before MS, I don't think I would have made it to where you would be sitting here or listening to me in your car, at work, wherever you at. I don't think that I would be doing that. But I'm here to tell you that when I was first diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, I was trying to find, what's the reason, what was behind it. My mother, and I'm quite sure, if you from down south, or maybe, even out in California, up north, wherever you're at, overseas, I know, but down south, we have a saying that, my mother used to tell me, she said, God don't like ugly, you know what I'm saying, and everything. And then, I know everybody's heard that one, what goes around, comes around. So that's kind of what, how I was in the beginning. I was thinking in the beginning, you know what, Justice, you done got multiple sclerosis because of some of the things that you did, in your life. Now, the things that I did in my life, never killed anybody, never did anything like that to where I should be, in jail. But, I was a devilish person. I was the only child. I was spoiled, so I did bad things. I wasn't always, and like I tell you, if you're listening to this podcast and you're listening to me and you want to hear the truth, you want to hear about life, some things you may like, some things you may not like, you will get those from me. And I know for me, one of the things that I had struggled with was being faithful, being faithful to whoever I was with, at that time. I loved myself some women, still do, but I always say, I wonder if that was one of the reasons why, you got MS, because of you being out there and doing the things that you was doing, along with, other things that I did. I lived a life. I'm a man. I had a good life, and I still have a good life. But like I said, I did some things that, other people might, turn their head to. But, people turn their head to you donate money to the homeless. So I never really got caught up into what people was thinking. I just always knew the things that I had done myself in my life. And I was like, well, maybe, some of these are the reasons why, I got multiple sclerosis, as well as, me and my mother, with me being the only child, I was spoiled to death. I had everything I wanted, but it also came a point in time in my life where me and my mother was not together, and the relationship had a strain put on it. And with it not being as strong as it used to be, I had kind of lost the relationship that I had with my mother. Now, this is one of the things that I'll tell you, that, like I say, when dealing with multiple sclerosis, you have to find things to motivate you. You have to find things to keep you going. You have to find things to keep you moving. And I know for me, one of the top reasons that I have told myself when it comes to, me being diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, was that it gave me the opportunity to reconnect with my mother. Okay, listen to what I'm saying. I've told myself before, and it helped me get through some tough times with multiple sclerosis, because I told myself that it allowed me to connect with my mother again. It allowed me and my mother to get closer. Now, you could be saying, well, okay, you still had time, or you could have still do that to this day. No, I don't. My mother passed in 2013. Okay, I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis in really early 2012. So when multiple sclerosis set me down in the house to where I wasn't no longer able to work how I worked, or hung out in the streets, how I hung out in the streets, and would tell my mother, I'll be by there today, and never made it by because I was just too busy, or just don't really feel like talking to my mama today. And we all have those moments. But I tell you right now that I wish I could talk to her, but I can't. because she's no longer here. So for me, one of the things that helped me get through, some tough times of dealing with multiple sclerosis was saying, you know what, MS, you gave me a relationship back with my mama. If I would have had not gotten back close to my mother and she passed away like how she did with nobody even knowing that she was sick. And I tell you, that's where I get my strength from. My mother had cancer and we did not know it. We thought my mama was doing fine. When my mother passed and we was at the hospital, and if you've ever dealt with that, and the doctor had us all in the room and the family is just boo-hoo crying, the doctor actually looked at us like we was crazy because he felt we should be prepared for this. But like I explained to him, that we didn't know. And that's why I tell you that I feel that I'm a soldier, because my mama was a soldier. And I'm not talking about the military. Granted, I was in the military, but I'm telling you the strength that my mother showed to not to let me or no one know that she was sick to that point. It can only help me get stronger. And it only has made me stronger. So I say that's one of the reasons for MS for me, is it allowed me the ability to, when multiple sclerosis took my ability to walk and forced me to stay in the house, it forced me to reconnect with my mother by her calling me every day and checking on me, and then me in turn calling her and checking on her, and us in turn having a conversation. So what I'm telling you is that that's one of the reasons that I say I have MS, because it connected me back with my mother before she passed. If my mother would have passed and I would have still been living the life and doing the things that I was doing, I wouldn't be sitting here today. Or if I would, I might be in a different situation. It could be a different podcast. The man with MS that went crazy, because I know the love that I had and I still have for my mother, and I miss her to this day. So I'm telling you right now, if you got your mother in your life, go give her a hug, give her a kiss, even your father. That's another thing that multiple sclerosis did. Multiple sclerosis brought me and my father back together. My father was never in my life. Never. I knew who he was, knew where he stayed at. He came around when I was young, before it was me being raised by my father. Never. But I tell you right now, me and my father can get on the phone and we can laugh, we can talk, and we can joke, because that was another thing. I was sick. My mother evidently knew she was sick, and she told me, hey, reach out to your daddy, talk to your daddy. And as you can hear in the background, and I'm just going to leave it in there, as you can hear in the background, that's my little buddy. That's my little buddy. Somebody came down the street and she barking at him. So I wanted to leave that in there just to keep it authentic and everything. But like I say, I reconnected with my father. I reconnected with my father through me having multiple sclerosis. So like I said, those are the reasons that I have, so I'm asking you and I'm challenging you to find the reasons that you have for multiple sclerosis. Or just how do you think? If you don't think things happen for a reason, that's fine. I would love to not to debate it, but I would love to talk about it. So like I say, as always, I'm asking you, to go to my website, which is www.MSWILLLOSE.com. The same way as the podcast, except you got the W's in front of it and you got the .com behind it. Go to the home page, go down to the bottom left-hand corner, and it's going to be a button down there that says leave us a message, contact us, and shoot us an email. Let me know, hey man, the podcast, I love it, I hate it, this is what you need to be doing. I want to come on it. But like I'm telling you right now, I want you to find, or I want you to tell me, how do you feel? Do you feel that everything in life happens for a reason? What do you think? But as always, have a great day, a great night, no matter where you may be listening to this. If it's in Egypt, if it's in Israel, if it's in California, if it's in New York, I want you to have a great day. I want you to have a great night. I want you to know and understand that you are stronger than you think. Continue to fight multiple sclerosis and give it your best. And know and understand that if you ever need anyone to talk to, you need any kind of support, you reach out to Justice. That's right, you reach out to me and see if we can't get you better, okay? Thank you for joining me for another edition of MS Will Lose News and Views podcast. I would like, as soon as you hang up this podcast, as soon as it go off, if you can go to my website and check out www.MSWILLLOSE.com. It's more updated information on there about me It's some lovely items on there that if you want to show your awareness, you can go check it out. But have a great day, stay strong, and remember, MS will lose. Peace.